Come for the finance and stay for the retirement crisis. So let's start with the problem. Is this something America's always faced, or is it kind of a new problem? I started looking at retirement averages, which was a big mistake. Because on average, people under 35 have $50K saved, and people at retirement have over $600,000. So when it comes to finances, averages just never really make sense. Because if Jeff Bezos walked in the room right now, the average laugh would sound like this.
Hell yes.
And on average, I don't think my laugh usually sounds like that, unless it's on Sundays or I'm buying Bitcoin. Either way, if we really want to get to know the real numbers, we have to go directly to the source code of the matrix. And that's the median of the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances dating all the way back to 1989, which is also the year I was born. I used all this data to create a line graph across all the different ages to show the progress. And looking at this, the median savings of people close to retirement who are 55 to 64 is $185,000. So the good news is it looks like people are saving more today than they were 35 years ago. But even though this is showing a positive picture, the reality is still not good. Because let's assume a median income of $60,000 a year, let's say. That means most 55 to 64-year-olds should have saved between $480,000 to $600,000. But the median there is $185,000, which means they're 30 to 40% of the way there, and that is a huge problem.
At the median, people have saved approximately $45,000. That means half the population has saved less than $45,000. And that also means that there's quite a few people that haven't saved anything.
Here's where it gets worse though, because as technology and medicine improves and allows people to live longer lives, the system is doing very little to help people afford those later years in life. And that's kind of important because we're about to have a lot more people leaving the workforce. In about 10 years' time, Mexico, UK, and Brazil will have more people leaving the workforce instead of enter it. So the world is definitely getting older, but at a different pace. Some countries have a higher aging population than others. Japan, for example, is considered to be the oldest country in the world. And that's because last year, in 2023, was the first year ever that 80-year-olds represented 10% of the population. Now, I was recently in Japan, and I can confirm there is a lot of old people, especially cab drivers. But to prove the point that it's not just Japan's aging population, this is happening all around the world. Data from BlackRock shows that in 2019, we had only 1 in 11 people that are over the age of 65. But by 2050, there will be as many as 1 in 6. So this is kind of an important one for us to figure out if we want to have a senior population that enjoys living out the rest of their lives while the robots take our jobs.